Welcome to Curious Kids Every Day. I'm Josh. How are you doing today? It's so good to hear from you. Have you ever planted a tiny seed in the dirt and then waited and waited to see what happens? Maybe you were hoping to grow a sunflower or a tomato or even a big tree. Have you ever wondered, how does such a tiny seed turn into a plant? Let's imagine holding a tiny seed in your hand. It might be smaller than a pebble, maybe even as small as a grain of sand. But inside that seed is something amazing. A baby plant, already packed with all the instructions it needs to grow. Do you have any toys that come with a big instruction booklet that your parents had to read so they could build it for you? Well, plants have those instructions built right into the seed itself. The baby plant inside the seed is called an embryo, and it's surrounded by food and a hard shell to keep it safe, kind of like a snack and a blanket all in one. When you plant the seed in soil and give it some water, something really cool starts to happen. The seed begins to soak up the water, and that makes it swell up and crack open. That's when the plant wakes up. The very first thing to come out is the root. Roots are like little explorers that grow downward into the soil, searching for more water and nutrients. After the roots dig in, a little shoot starts growing upward, reaching towards the surface. Once it breaks through the dirt, you might see 2 tiny leaves pop out. That's the beginning of something called photosynthesis. Can you say photosynthesis? That's when the plant starts making its own food using sunlight. This whole process is called germination. Can you say germination? And it can happen fast or slow depending on the type of seed. A bean seed might sprout in a week, but a tree seed could take a month or longer just to poke out of the ground. It also depends on things like temperature, how much water there is, and how deep the seed is buried. So the next time you see a plant, just remember, it didn't start that way. It started as a tiny seed with a big plan. Do you know what the biggest plant in the world is? It's not a tree, it's actually seagrass. There's a plant called, and I'm going to try to pronounce this right, Posidonia australis. Posidonia australis. I think that's right. It's on the coast of Australia, and it covers more than, wait for it, 100 square miles. And it's all one plant connected by its roots. That's crazy. Hey, let's have a quick quiz. We learned a lot of new things today. What's the first part of the plant that comes out of the seed? It's called the root. What do leaves use to make food? Remember, it's called photosynthesis. So what is photosynthesis? What do the leaves use to make food? Sunlight, that's right. And what do we call the baby plant inside a seed? That's an embryo. Okay, I will admit, those were some pretty tough questions. Let's play Name That Plant and see if you can get these ones. I'll describe a plant and you guess what it is. I'm bright yellow, I grow tall, and I turn to face the sun. A bright yellow plant that grows tall and turns to face the sun. Here's a hint. It has the word sun in it. Yep, it's a sunflower. Okay, here's another one. I'm yellow, crunchy, and rabbits like to eat me. What am I? Yep, it's a carrot. All right, here's one more. I grow on vines. I can be red or green, and people eat me in a salad. You know what? There's actually a couple of answers to this question. If you said tomato or bell pepper, I'll give you credit. Good job. Let's play true or false. True or false? Photosynthesis is when a plant starts making its own food using sunlight. That's true. True or false? All plants grow at the same speed. False. Depending on the plant, it could grow fast or slow. One more. True or false? Roots help a plant stand up and drink water. That's true. Very good. Okay, let's play What Am I? Are you ready? I'm tiny but powerful. I hide under the soil until I get a little water and warmth. Then I crack open and grow into something beautiful. What am I? Yep, it's a seed. Hey, I've got a question. Would you rather grow as tall as a tree or spread out like a vine? So would you like to be tall like a tree or spread out on the ground really long like a vine? I think I would rather be as tall as a tree. I think trees are amazing. Seeds and plants are all so cool. It's so cool that all the plants we see and the fruits and vegetables we eat start out as tiny seeds. It's kind of like you. You started out as a tiny little seed too. And every day you're growing into a more and more amazing person. I wonder what we'll talk about tomorrow on Curious Kids Every Day. Well, until then, keep asking questions and stay curious, kids. I'll see you tomorrow. And for all the grown-ups listening, please visit CuriousKidsEveryday.com to get a free printable with activity ideas that don't involve screens. Those are the best kinds of adventures to have. That's CuriousKidsEveryday.com.